General Medicaid warning. The views expressed in 5-ish minute lore, the lore delivered in rants, are sanctioned by their scholar Progenium as excess rageous. Prolonged exposure can result in loss of IQ, high blood pressure, random outbursts, and blunt force trauma to the skull, resulting in unconsciousness. Please consult your local physician for more information.
Lelith Hesperax. Oh yeah, she'll conquer you so good.
Lelith Hesperax is the definition of what happens when you take every mean girl known to exist, combine them, and give them cheat codes. Since she was introduced, she's been the literal embodiment of don't fuck with this, and while she looks like every man's desire for a ride or die chick, there's simply no ride with her, it's just die. She's what's known as a witch, but in the name of equality, she not only embraces that shit, she is that shit, and she'll wreck your shit without giving a shit, so basically around her is talk shit, get hit, but instead of getting hit, you'll get beaten within an inch of your life with a flip-flop for the lulz before she eats your soul out of your body with the grace of a crane training for the Olympics. She's the 40k version of a waifu, but I wouldn't put her on a pillow since knowing her it would contain a large amount of sharp objects. Being a witch, she belongs to a witch cult, and seeing as all Drukhari are edgy teens with a fixation on sounding as grim as possible, her cult is called the Cult of Strife. Witches fight in the gladiatorial pits and use a combination of extremely painful weapons as well as skill to draw out as much suffering as possible. Now I need to explain some shit. The reason for this is because Drukhari society feeds off pain and fear to hide the fact they are constantly on the verge of pissing their pants due to the after effect of a 100,000-year orgy. That after effect is the chaos god known as Slanesh, and she's the dark lord of the attention whores. Basically, old elder society forgot to take a morning after pill 365 million mornings in a row and gave birth to a deity who then acted like most unplanned pregnancies and devoured the souls of its parents, all except for a few Eldor who wore protection. So what I'm saying is, like gingers, Drukhari have no soul of their own and constantly need to fill the void where a soul would be with the pain and suffering of others. Witches help in that because not only do they cause pain and suffering, they are top tier at it and they do it live in front of an audience. Most witches go into the gladiatorial pits after getting 100% white girl wasted on enough drugs to fuel a massive Russian raid playing hard bass. Typically, the reason behind this is because the more fucked up the performance, the better Drukhari society likes it, and so it's typical for witch elves to do enough drugs to kill an elephant before they roll into the fighting pits. Lelith, however, dared not to do drugs, and frankly, no one who watches her has a problem with that, and she did, she scissor kicked their head off their spine. This picture is fairly accurate. Lelith fights in a thong and thigh highs and does possess that kind of hair while only being seemingly armed with 2 long knives and those hips. In reality, besides the blades in her hand, she's armed like a fucking convict with blades on her heel, her leg armor, and she's got razors in her hair. Armed and armored like this, she can put down more skilled fighters than frat boys take down Bud Lights. Like most things in Drukhari society, half the things I can say about her can be taken as a sexual reference, so when I say she can make it last for hours just to drop out every last drop she can for the enjoyment of the crowd, I'm not even going to bother acting like some of you perverted fucks aren't smirking. In fact, Lelith is so good at what she does that jealous bitches and other witch cults claim behind her back that she was raised on a steroid bottle or has had her blood replaced with hyperadrenaline by the homunculi. Note that I said they do this behind her back because if they did it to her face, she'd drag him into the gladiatorial pits and kill him just by using her hair. And yeah, I meant every word of that. These other witches who question her methods get stomped out in public to Lelith dancing to a Willow Smith song. That's fucking pathetic, and this isn't even because she's petty, even though she is. She's just there to prove a point. In a universe where everything is OP, please nerf, she is about as OP as you can get. It isn't even an argument to say that she's one of the best melee fighters in the universe, so stepping to her is an easy way to get deleted from the census. Note, I didn't say it was a quick and easy way, because just like any girl who gets top dollar, she's going to make sure the buyer gets their money's worth, and they won't be able to shut up about it for months. She is beyond question the most desired creature in Kamarog, and that is saying some shit, and that is beyond dispute. And despite being in some way involved with the guy who runs the entirety of Drukhari society, he'd be out like bell bottoms if he forgot her birthday. Just to elaborate how ridiculous she is and how thirsty all of Drukhari society is for her, she got on the Drukhari's version of OnlyFans. She told the entire city of Kamarog somebody brought her a real physical challenge, she'd reward them, quote, beyond their wildest dreams, end quote. At that point, a legion of rich, thirsty Drukhari went out to find literally anything that would make her happy to the point of pure ridiculousness. This was simping on a galactic scale, with Drukhari OnlyFans filled to the brim from those who suffered thirst, setting out in full fleets to try to bring back something she would like. She full-on Helen of Troy, a race of people who have spent millennia going out of their way not to do something stupid and get killed, and made them do something stupid, and a lot of them got killed.
I like booty.
If they returned, these aspiring booty warriors came back with literally a laundry list of don't fuck with this for her to fight. After getting her donations in the form of space marines, orc knobs and war bosses, tyranid lictors and hive tyrants, and a few things we don't even have names for, she was getting bored. Then she got her top donator in the form of Archon Cargill from the Bleakstone Brethren. He captured a fucking space marine captain known as the Saint of Blaze and Calduin. It took her over 6 hours to beat down this fully armed and armored space marine wearing nothing but a thong, and Cargill was already picking out his mood track and good candles when he came down to accept his reward. Problem was, Lelith is petty, and she had taken a small cut to her midriff. She kicked the dead captain's sword to Cargill and told him he was about to get the best honor she could give him. It only took her 6 minutes to kill him flat out. So basically she proved an age-old statement that you will get fucked up if you mess with a woman's image. This is going to be a lore series where I explore the lore 40k in rant format. New episodes will premiere on Patreon, and I'll be releasing them to YouTube a week after. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. There's a Discord down below, as well as my Patreon. Catch you guys next time.